On this edition of Lexington Now, you belong here, new landscaping, and One Lexington. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of July 7th, 2025. Kentucky's film and television industry continues to grow by leaps and bounds. Mayor Gorton joins Steve Zahn and others to recognize this and a new project celebrating Kentucky cuisine.
You Belong Here, an 8-part docuseries hosted and executive produced by Weta Michael, produced by Steve Zahn, and directed by Rick Gomez, was recently featured at both Tribeca X in New York City and the ATX TV Festival in Austin. You Belong Here tells Kentucky's story through food and relationships, an approach that reflects Weta's blend of culinary mastery and community spirit.
I'm Weta Michael.
And I'm Steve, and together
we're
Stida. Good joke. Landed.
Great. Okay,
You
landed.
slayed. Can I start?
Yes, you start.
We picked up a camera and we started following Weta over a year ago. And it was amazing. And we met so many great people in this state, all over, very talented. And we went to farms and cities and small towns and hollers.
And main streets, little main streets,
Yep.
all across the state.
And through David Morrison's lens, Rick Gomez, my partner, the director, his brain, and Kobe Tolan's editing, your story flourished. But what we realized, it's our story. It's Kentucky. It's flyover country, where amazing things are happening, right?
Yes.
And I can't say, there's a lot of things I can't say because I don't know. This is a marathon when you're involved with something like this. It's a marathon, and we're at mile 18.
Yeah, it took a year. It took more than a year to shoot because we wanted to show every season in Kentucky. That's one of the things we're blessed with here, and the incredible landscape that we have. It shines at every moment, and our cities shine throughout the year. And sometimes we get a little tired of the winter and the rain and the stuff we've been through this year weather-wise, but it was important to us to show the passage of time, and instead of staging a show in one place, each time you're in the same place, we wanted to show the scope of Kentucky. We still have a lot to show.
Yeah, we do.
We still have a lot to shoot.
There's
we
actually
still have-
9 episodes.
Yeah,
Not
there's
8.
there's 9 episodes.
We added one.
And I think one of the things, too, that we in Kentucky don't always think about ourselves is how special we really are and how special the people in Kentucky are, and that you can be your authentic self. I think I have to be the biggest anti-hero of all time if this ever gets aired, in terms of who I am and who the media world is. And my role and my goal is just to show that to other women and other people.
Whereas You Belong Here is a joyous celebration of Kentucky's rich culture and people, and whereas chef, host, and executive producer Weta Michael guides viewers through the power of food to bring people together, and whereas the docuseries is brought to life through the talents of producer Steve Zahn, right here, director Rick Gomez, and the Macaroni Art Productions team. And whereas viewers are taken on a heartfelt journey across Kentucky, experiencing food, memory, and belonging, and whereas You Belong Here was presented as an official selection at both Tribeca X and the ATX Television Festival, and whereas we congratulate the entire team and supporters of You Belong Here for sharing the culture, the joy, the stories of Kentucky, its people and food, with audiences around the world. Now, therefore, I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare June 30th, 2025, You Belong Here Day in Lexington. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Mayor.
I'm gonna give it to the two of you.
Lexington has further beautified the area around the historic courthouse. We were there for the unveiling of the new landscaping.
We're here in front of the historic courthouse to thank the Corridors Commission for planting new landscaping in honor of Lexington's 250th birthday. And I think you can see it all along the sides of the walk over there. It's really beautiful. This courthouse first opened in 1900. Then it was called a Temple of Justice. It was resurrected in 2018 and has remained an important part of our history for 125 years. And that's an important anniversary to be celebrated. Thanks to the Corridors Commission for adding to the beauty of this building.
This commemorative planting, thoughtfully designed and installed by the Corridors Commission, is more than just a beautiful addition to Main Street. It's a lasting tribute to Lexington's deep roots, vibrant culture, and the people who have helped shape our city over the past 2.5 centuries. The Corridors Commission works hard to ensure our main thoroughfares reflect the pride we have in our community. Every tree we plant, every corner we enhance, becomes part of the story we're telling about who we are as a city and what kind of future we're building together. I would like to thank some specific people who made this possible. I'd like to thank previous Corridors Chair, Councilmember James Brown, and Hillary Angelucci in the CA office for launching this initiative, and Director of Environmental Services, Jennifer Carey, and Jennifer Sutton in the CAO office for seeing it over the finish line. I would also like to thank Parks for their partnership and Mark Yannick for the landscape design. On behalf of the Corridors Commission, thank you for joining us this morning, and here's to the next 250 years of growing together.
As the chair of the historic courthouse, we take very seriously the maintenance, the operations of this historic courthouse, realizing that this indeed historically shows that it's the fourth building to set on this site. That means that there's been lots of history over the last 250 years that's taken place right here. This is the center of our city. That means it's the heartbeat of our city. And as we look at the next future years to come, we know that this building will stand as a cornerstone, as an architectural, vibrant piece of art that is iconic, if you will. It's iconic here in the Lexington market. So the courthouse will continue to serve, if you will, as that piece in our city center. And also, I just want to make sure that we continue to thank the people that make this happen, which is our citizens. Special thank you, though, to 250 Lex for approaching us and telling us about this particular piece of landscaping piece that's an addition to the courthouse. We greatly appreciate you approaching us with that opportunity and being able to serve with the Corridors Commission and making this happen. So, again, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
After this, we join One Lexington for an announcement. Welcome back to Lexington Now. One Lexington has announced its latest scholarship recipients. We were at the ceremony.
Today, we are announcing that 18 grassroots nonprofit organizations active in violence prevention are receiving grants from One Lexington. Representatives of several organizations are here today, and we really offer our thanks and our congratulations to each of you. We value the hard work you're doing in our community. The work to make the community safer is not something the city can do alone. We rely on the support of our community partners, like many of you, nonprofit organizations that have been active in our community for many years, working to reduce gun violence. These community organizations, dedicated to uplifting our young people, take various approaches, including one-on-one mentoring, education, wellness, coaching, and counseling, as well as wellness. This is the 4th year for these grants. The first year, our grants totaled $50,000, and that investment has grown to $150,000 this year.
So Community Action is the grants administrator for this initiative. What that means is that we have developed an internal team of staff who not only understand the impact of poverty, but have expertise in poverty-related initiatives, as well as youth programming and services. And together, the teams are reviewing the applications as they come in. They are individually scoring, then they're meeting together and ranking the applications that they have within their group. And then we have the final selection process, which is made to our recommendations to One Lexington.
Through the grants we announced today, we anticipate being able to quadruple the number of people served from 660 last year to an anticipated 2,500 this year. We have a program for youth that promotes violence prevention and summer learning through hands-on activity and peer engagement. A program that provides crisis care, case management, and emergency supports to high-risk individuals to prevent involvement in violent crime, while also connecting families to long-term resources for stability and safety. Programs that provide essential skill training in self-esteem, emotional regulation, and decision-making, conflict resolution, and mentorship, all with a focus on violence prevention and building personal and social skills. Program that provides safe space for professional development, gaining financial literacy skills, building technical skills, workforce readiness, and career advancement. We are truly stronger together. I'm making this final statement to those who have joined us today, as well as those who could not make it and those we don't know about. Partners in this work, today we are here to say, we see you. We appreciate your commitment to reducing gun violence in Lexington, and we are proud and will be proud to work with you in making Lexington a better place for its citizens and its visitors.
I've been doing this program since 2011, and I've never received the amount of money I'm receiving today. And those guys that were in my mentoring program starting in 2011 and so forth, they're now mentors of my young guys, and so it's proof. That you plant a seed in our young people, it will come back.
Hot weather has descended on central Kentucky. Here's how to stay safe during the dog days.
When it comes to being outside in the summer heat, it's important to take breaks, stay in the shade as much as possible, and really work on staying hydrated. So drinking lots of water or beverages that don't have caffeine or lots of sugar. Caffeine dehydrates you. As much tasty it is, and we get our sugar and we're all jived up, it is actually dehydrating. So if you're having a Dr. Pepper, balance it out with water. Your normal intake, maybe try to double that. Just imagine, whatever you're sweating out, you need to replenish. It's important to wear light, loose clothing in a lighter color to prevent yourself from overheating. So dark colors, heavy fabrics, trap the heat, will not help. But if you're outside, you have a loose shirt on, it's a light color, it will help the air move around you freely and breathe and help you enjoy the summer longer. When you're outside in the sun for long periods of time, you want to make sure you have sunscreen. They recommend you start SPF 30, SPF 45, but that all depends on your skin tone and how easily you burn and how long you'll be exposed. You want to keep in mind that the UV is highest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and so you want to make sure you're protected, especially during those hours. When you're taking your pet for a walk in the summer, you got to monitor the temperature of the asphalt. Put your back of your hand on the asphalt for about 5 to 7 seconds. If it hurts you, it's going to hurt them. Their paw pads are extremely sensitive, so when they touch the asphalt, it will actually burn and like peel off. I mean, it's just like you burning the bottom of your foot walking on asphalt in July. It's not fair. But they can also exhibit signs of heat stroke and heat exhaustion and overheat. Similar, you can't see their skin and see that it's hot and red, but you can tell when they're overheating, excessive panting, they can't cool down. So it's important to keep them inside during those hot times, offer them lots of water, and make sure they have a chance to rest and recuperate. For heat-related illnesses, there are 3 types. There's heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. So heat cramps are characterized by heavy sweating during intense physical activity, and then obviously muscle cramps or spasms. So you're out playing soccer, it's 90 degrees, all of a sudden you go down, your leg's cramping. That would be a heat cramp. You would stop the physical exercise and start rehydrating, give yourself time to rest. Move to a cool location or at least in the shade to allow your body to cool down. So heat exhaustion is a much more serious type of heat illness. In this case, you see heavy sweating, weakness, your skin gets cold and pale and clammy, which seems like the opposite of a heat illness, but it is a dangerous sign. Of course, you can see fainting and vomiting as well. When you see someone with signs of heat exhaustion, it's important to slowly start reintroducing liquids to them. And you also want to try to cool the person down. You can use cool cloths, areas of heat release, that could be like your armpits, the inside of your legs, your wrists. Signs of heat stroke include someone whose skin is hot, dry, and red, as well as a temperature of over 103 degrees, a fast pulse, headache, dizziness, nausea, confusion, and sometimes loss of consciousness. If you're someone with any of these signs outside, it's important to get them to medical attention right away. You want to loosen their clothing, try to cool them down, but be careful not to force too much water into them because they may throw it right back up and it's not going to do anybody any favors. You can still enjoy your summer, it's just a matter about being safe when you do it. So if you're outside between 10 and 2, the points where it's the hottest of the day, take lots of breaks, go into the shade to cool down, and monitor your activity. You see yourself start to overheat, that's time to take a break. By no means do you have to stop enjoying summer, just do it carefully. But for more information about heat safety, you can visit BeReadyLexington.com or follow us on any social media pages, including Facebook, X, which is Twitter, or Instagram.
We have some live coverage on Lex TV and streaming online to tell you about. And remember, you can also find the most up-to-date information on non-televised city business at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media, check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexTrex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.